you know, taken up with his personality and with his sincerity and with his Christianity, in the same way that black people would be taken up with Dr. King. And it's, you know, the same degree. I mean, it's interesting because King had that real drawing kind of a personality, you know, because of his particular expression of, you know, his beliefs, and which was a much more, you know, powerful and outgoing kind of thing. Whereas Caesar is, you know, is a soft, warm person, but just deeply dedicated. You know, like, for example, his house, only 2 rooms in his house. He and his 8 children live in his 2 rooms. He lives no different than, you know, the average farm worker. And gets no pay. You know, he has no bank account. He receives no pay whatsoever.
Did he or his people think that the boycott in different cities was working effectively?
It's effective. You know, and as a matter of fact, the boycott in the cities is going to be the only thing that will bring the growers to the table. So that what they do in their immediate area of Delaney, you know, is simply not going to be effective. They do understand that. What happens out here is really going to be the thing.
Yeah. At the conference itself, did they do any experimental black-white liturgy or anything like that?
Not a thing you in Los Angeles. As a matter of fact, in Los Angeles, some of the altars are not turned around yet. I was kind of disappointed. I spent the night at our Franciscan place, and I walked out, you know, to say office. You know, the morning I got up, you know, and the altar simply was not turned around.
I take it then the cardinal did not send a representative to the.
Not only did the cardinal not send a representative. Now, this is nothing I have no proof of, but I was told that he discouraged his priests from attending and his seminarians. And that one of the priests from the diocese who was to lead a seminar on migrant ministry was forbidden to chair the seminars. As a result, he kind of, you know, just sat in the audience and participated. This was Father Caulfield, the famous Father Caulfield.
Oh yes, wasn't he in Chicago?
Yeah, he was exiled when
Sure,
he came back and he got in the graces of.
I didn't know he'd gone back. Still potting around Chicago. Was the conference worthwhile going to?
You won't publicize this week.
Or was it just another?
Well, I think, you know, and this I think you could put a big point in. I mean, I think what people are experiencing is
Total confusion.
it's an element of confusion, frustration, really, you know, wanting to do something and not knowing what to do.
Yeah, right.
A lot of people who just can't see themselves in a very militant approach, but perhaps knowing that this is what has to happen. People who, you know, a lot of people who really see that real, deep, and innovative changes have to take place in the society to really come to grips with the problem, yet terribly saddened at the fact that leadership in church and government are not really taking those kinds of steps.
Is it your impression that we're in a period that's just going to kind of ride it out for a while? It looks to me like everything is so confused at this point. It was so easy in 1960, you know, to take a Negro to lunch. It really required very little thought. It required, I suppose, great psychic contortions of some kind, but it really didn't require much other than that. And I get the impression, for instance, from the Catholic Council, the Catholic Council here, it's a beautiful example. I looked at that board meeting the other night when you came in late, and I was the youngest person there except for you, and God knows, you know, I was a spring chicken. Really, you know, really and truly.
What board meeting was this? I don't remember. Was I there?
Yeah, you came late. It was at Mary Kay Tollison's house.
Oh, you said the other. Yeah, that was 2 weeks ago.
Having a mass for deceased members, yes.
Yeah.
But
well, right, and I think that's a real good example. again, I don't know whether you want to print this. It should be
Well, no,
printed.
I don't.
Yeah. But I mean, I think that's a real good example of superficial. I mean, our council is a good example of some people who really want racial justice.
And they
Who
really,
probably, you know,
and
are
10
not
years ago, they were really,
swingers.
yeah,
Right,
right.
10 years ago,
right.
were really swingers. Probably really know that today, that what they feel that they could do really isn't doing a darn thing about the problem, except maybe exposing, you know, people or just continually opening the issue. You know, like the Human Relations Council Award that we gave to Jim Lawson. I think was a good thing
Yeah, oh, yeah.
because it brought up a lot of heat. You know.